Hello everyone, myself Pavitra K, studying in BEd first year in KLE Society's College of Education, Vidyanagar, Hubballi. Today I am going to discuss with you people about barriers to effective communication and their management. In this, I am going to discuss with you people about communication means what it is, then the significance of communication, process of communication, barrier and barriers to communication. First, we will learn about communication. Before going to the communication, we will learn about the introduction about this topic. In this today's world is interactive and all life in it is also interactive. In this interactive world, every act of communication deeply influences the nature of life in our communities. Then the communication spins the web of life. Then in teaching learning process also, the communication is going to plays a vital role. The crux of teaching in a way of communication, since the process involves a two-way interaction between the teacher and the taught. The communication is a basic prerequisite of all human performance and interaction. In this, communication means the communication is a process through which two or more people are going to exchange the information, ideas, thoughts, emotions in such a way that each gain a common understanding of intended message. The communication is a dynamic concept. In communication system, 35% message is carried verbally and rest of the 65% carried out by non-verbally. Means the communication process is one of the process in which the person to person or the place to place the information is going to be transferred or going to be sended by the system through the communication. Through people to people, they can able to exchange the information, idea, thought, emotions, etc. This common understanding is going to be happening between everyone. Then this communication system is carried out verbally by 35% and non-verbally by 65%. In non-verbally, they are going to communicate in the action and through action they are communicating non-verbally. Then the communication is a process of sending and receiving messages between two parties. The basic model of communication is that in this it includes the one of this communication cycle in which it is going to be sending the information through the sender and the information is going to be received by the receiver. Then the receiver is going to give the feedback to the sender. Like this, it includes the communication cycle. This communication cycle includes face to face interaction, video, telephone, speech, voicemail, online, through email, through letters, bulletins and media. Through this, the message is going to be transferred from sender to the receiver. Then it includes the source. The source is going to sending the messages to the sending the message and it encodes. Then it transferred to the channel, like through letters, through video, through mail. Like that, it is going to be transferring the message and it is going to decode it. Then the receiver get the message and he gives the feedback to again sender. Like this, the cyclic chain is going to be happening in the communication system. Then coming to the significance of communication, the main purpose of communication is to help people feel good about themselves and about their friends, groups and organization. It means that its main purpose of communication is that they are going to help the people to feel good, and through communication they are going to be comfortable in their zone. By through communication we are going to exchange our information, thoughts, so that we can able to understand their feeling, their emotions and how they are, like that, so that we can feel comfortable. For the communication to succeed, there must be a transmission of thoughts, ideas, feelings from mind to another person. As we grow, we communicate more and more. before, when we are in childhood, we can't able to talk that much because we don't know anything, so that we can't able to talk so much. As we grow up, we will be attached to some people, and we are going to communicate with them. The mother is going to teach us how to communicate, and she teaches us everything, so that we feel comfortable to the peoples and we can communicate as we grow up. In all domains of life, and in all direction, downwards, sideways and upwards. Then we will learn about barriers for effective communication. These barriers for effective communication, the barriers to communication are the things the people say or do that are obstacles to good conversation or effective interpersonal interaction. Then they act as hurdles to satisfactory discussions. They produce a negative impact on the communication process. Through giving the negative impact or negative impact on the communication, they are going to be decreasing the communication process, and they are going to affect the communication, so that they are called as the barriers for effective communication. Or the communication, a communication barrier is anything that is going to prevent us from receiving and understanding the messages. Then the other uses to convey their information, ideas and thoughts. They can interfere with or block the message you are trying to send. then some of then the idea occurs, the message coded and message sent to the receiver. The sender is going to do this all, then the receiver gets the message, receives the message, and he records the message, and idea is understood by the receiver. Then he is going to give the feedback again to the sender. Like this, it cyclic process is going to be happening. We will learn about barrier. Barrier is a lack of commonness is barrier. A barrier to interpersonal communications is anything that prevents, restricts, or impedes the conveyance of meaning by words, gestures between two or more persons in a social setting. The term barriers or obstacles, hindrance, and noise all are used to describe the distracting stimuli associated with the communication process. Then the barriers to effective communications are social, psychological, cultural, physiological, system design, physical, receivers. First, we will learn effects of barriers on communication. These barriers are hindrances which are destructive when one or more persons are interacting. Then they tend to diminish the other's self-esteem. Then they tend to trigger our defensiveness, resistance, and resentment. Then the barriers often lead to dependency, withdrawal, feelings, or defeat or of inadequacy. Some of the causes of barriers to communications are those: noise, lack of planning, semantic problems, cultural barriers, wrong assumptions, socio-psychological barriers, emotions, the conflicts with the workplace, selective perceptions, inability to listen to others, cultural differences, and language. Then, first, we will learn about social barriers. These social barriers includes gender, age, race, national or cultural origin, socio-economic class, education level, urban or rural residents. Then coming to the gender plays a major influence on the way we communicate with others. Then when a man and woman work together in a group, men tend to be more assertive and self-confident. Women are more likely than men to express their feeling emotions, to reveal how they feel about a situation. In this, the gender plays a very important and major place, so that in this the male is going to be a highly This the male is going to feel he is a higher or he is one of the bigger one, so that the woman tries to decrease herself, so that the influence on the way of the communication with others is going to be decreased. Then the men is and women work together in a group, so that the men tend to be more assertive and self confident. He will be so self confident that he can do everything, and he is more intelligent, like that he thinks. Then age. In age, young people and old people communicate in different ways, so that the young people have less knowledge than compared to the old peoples, because the old people experiences every situation, so that they can able to understand all the things, and we can't know anything that we can't able to communicate that much compared to the older ones. We do tend to judge statement by different stands if we know the speaker's age. A person's age or gender is not important in judging the truth or wisdom of what that person says. Then their maturity, their educational backgrounds, and the different eras in which they grew up make a generation gap inevitability. Then coming to the social barriers, purpose of communication is informative, entertaining, and positive. Possessive. Then the purpose is not clear, missing, at odds. The social noise, subjective factors, human relation or personal performances overshadows the objectivity of the communication. Then the boys or girls, the friends or the enemies or nice people. They try to ensure the ability objectivity do not get dragged by the subjective factors. Then coming to the psychological barriers, it includes attitude towards self, fear, attitude towards audience, attitude towards the message. Yourself is not convinced with the subject, knowledge of subject, personality or status of the communicator. The perception includes our physical limitations are a screen through which we perceive things that exist in our environment. Then our perception is also limited by the psychological screens that we have developed. Then coming to choosing from among the many things within our range of perception, those that we will notice and block out the rest of the called selective perception. Then in this the mother will going to straighten up your room to her children, so that he is teenage, so that he is going to tell that what why should I clean this one, it's not messy, like that he is going to convey with her mother. Then coming to the selective perception allows us not only to block out things that are there, but also to see more things than are other, leads us to make our own reality, most clearly seen in the human tendency to stereotype others. Then coming to the motivation, the motive is a reason for action. The most strongest motivations are those that are most personal. We are motivated by money, fame, power, love, status, security, skill, and ambition, etc. It can be both positive as well as in negative way. Then coming to tunnel vision, a closely way of thinking, especially about abstract topics such as religion and politics. The person with tunnel vision is one who has firmly fixed ideas. The opposite firmly fixed sides is open mindedness. Person with tunnel vision has attitude, seems to say, I've already made up my mind, don't confuse me with the facts. Then ego defensiveness. a response pattern in which a person who follows this pattern sees a disagreement as a personal act. In this, he includes a self centered communication more than just being selfish. Then it includes negative in emotions. The negative emotion is almost always abstract to good communication, especially the true barriers if the emotion is uncontrolled, unfocused, or misdirected. Then other psychological barriers are people's state of mind, if they are happy or they are sad, like that, personal problems or the worries, preconceived notions of communicator or receiver, mel- mental limitations of human beings, failure to refer language to experience the confusion of concept. Then, in interpersonal communication, the psychological factors like internet, attention, motivation, concentration of both sender and receiver have an impact, so that no one can be forced to perceive what he does not want to eat could not lead to a situation wherein a person would be physically present but mentally absent, so that the negative attitudes and prejudice work once participation, so that the positive emotions of love, compassion, and we feeling help in smooth follow of messages. Then, coming to the cultural barriers have semantic problems. In this, the distortion in communication comes from semantics, the use of words or expressions which have a different meaning for the sender or receiver. These are created when a communicators use technical jargon, usage common to a particular field or specialization. The cultural barriers includes language, different languages, dialect, individual linguistic ability, use of difficult words, inappropriate words, pronunciation. Means in cultural barriers, the language includes these all, so that the place to place or person to person, the communication language will be differ. The Hubli people talk in different Hubli people talk in different language compared to Belgaum, Bangalore, Mangalore people. Like that, the language is going to be differ. The norms and values, belief, social practices, and traditions. The physiological barriers. In physiological barriers, individuals' personal discomfort, ill health, poor eyesight, hearing difficulties is going to be includes. The speech and voice defeat, feeling or feeling of inferiority, diseases, physical appearances, lack of skill. In these physiological barriers, it includes environment. In environment, the overall environment of the place wherein the communication is taking place has an effort, so that the atmosphere, cordiality, or temperature, etc., have a profound effect on the communication. Then the noise. The noise is an any type of disturbance that interferes and reduces the clarity of the communication, so that we can't able to talk or communicate properly. So the noise acts as a distraction and withdrawal of attention. This noise is of four types: physical noise, physiological noise, written noise, and visual noise. Then it includes invisibility or distance. This invisibility or distance is a physical distance between sender and receiver, especially in oral communication system. It may lead to distortion of message Invisibility may mark the reception of non-verbal communication so that the loudness may not be sufficient to reach the person at the distance. For example, for this invisibility or distance barrier, this on in this online class only, some of the time through the network error or network problem, we can't able to communicate properly, or we are going to talk here but the receiver can't listen properly because the through network problem he can't able to understand our concept, or he can't able to the voice is not clear, so it is going to be break like that. It is going to happening in invisibility or distance. Then physical discomfort. This physical discomfort, if the setting arrangement is improper and chairs are poor quality, the learner may be more conscious of it rather than concentrating on the message. Then the distraction, then it includes distraction. The distraction at times, the media selection may prove to be a distraction at attention is diverted. Also, the outside influences may hamper communication process. Then it includes improper time. Through improper time, the best of communication done at the improper time may prove to be ineffective. Then it includes system design. In this system design, organizational structure is unclear to whom to communicate. The insufficient or incorporate information systems. Information is going to be overloaded, a lack of clarity in roles and responsibilities, a lack of supervision or training. The distortion of message is any kind of loss, deformation, or misperception or alteration taken place in original message while sending it to audiences. In this, the distortion of message is any kind of the loss of the information is going to be loss, deformation or misperception. Through misperception, the message is going to be distorted and alteration or taken place in original message. By missing that message, the original message is going to be alter and taken place in original message while sending to the audience. The types of distortions are systematic distortion. It includes purposely changed. Fog distortion, information is going to be lost. The merge distortion, in this the extra or unwanted information is going to be added. Then the physical barriers. These physical barriers includes channel. It includes availability of channel to receiver, common channel, the choice of the channel, handling of channel by communicator. Then it includes reach depending on size of audience, mic, etc. Noise level in channel, presentation of information or message treatment, muddled message. Then the climate conditions also. Extreme temperature like hot or cold, bright or dim light, high humidity. Then it includes comfort. These physical barriers includes distractions. It occurs where people are constantly coming in and leaving for one reason or another, and experienced the frustrations that is created by this distracting traffic flow. In this, the distractions are going to be happening when we are communicating with one person to the another person. If somebody comes, our communication stops. And if we are taking the online classes, if someone comes means we feel shy, so that we can't able to talk. So it is going to be constantly coming in, living for one reason to another reason. We experienced a frustration that is created by the distracting traffic flow. Then this physical barrier include distraction, that includes noise that co-workers or the doors are created by. then the photographs, any announcements, instruction sheet, tea, take commerce. Then physical setting of classroom, lecture hall. The sitting arrangement plays important role and audio visual aids. Then the receiver ultimate plays an important role. Then absenteeism or daydreaming or pretending listening. Strayers, that means they constantly take the group off the track. They drag the discussion out of the context. Then the gabbers, they are the people who like to talk first and try to dominate in the discussion, so that they think that they are the only ones with anything worth saying. In this, these grabbers are the people who are thinking that they are only having the knowledge, that they can able to understand the topic, and they are going to talk properly, so that they talk in the first and they try to dominate in the discussion. Then the silent, they are the just as well informed as many other members of the group, but they rarely contribute verbally. Listening without observing speaker's tone, gesture, or posture and facial expression is like getting the words of a song without music. Then relating to receiver, it includes problem of homogeneity. The more homogeneous the audience is, the greater are the chances for successful communication. Then it includes problem of cooperation and involvement. In this, the listener must cooperate and get actively involved in the communication process. They must try to get tunnel together with the communicator. Then it include negative attitude of the audience towards the communicator. Then it includes if the audience has negative attitude for the communicator, or if the credibility of communicator as perceived by the audience is low, no successful communication will takes place. Then problems in communication. Before going to the problems in communication, let us know some of the barriers. Those are language barriers. It is caused by verbally or and verbalism. It at this time, the language used by the communication would be very high and bookish, making it difficult to comprehend, so that sometimes the speed would be very much, making it difficult to understand. Then language inadequacy. Sometimes there might exist a language barriers, since both sender and receiver don't comprehend each other's language. Also, the sender may not be proficient in the language, making his message unclear. Unclear graphics and symbols. During the written communication, if the sender uses some symbols which are not commonly used, then the receiver gets the wrong picture internationally. There are some symbols and graphics, so that the any others when used may lead to improve understanding. Then it includes some of the backward barriers. Those includes preview knowledge and experiences. This preview knowledge and experiences includes if the student has missed a link between past and present experienced communication, he would going to fail to appreciate the message. If past experiences have been dissatisfying and unrewarding, the effect would be spill over into the present communication. Then cultural disparities and generation gap. If there is a cultural lag and generation gap between sender and receiver, it could lead to distortion of message. Then it includes organizational barriers. These organizational barriers includes rules and regulations. These rules or regulations are going to stick enforcement of rules, discipline, may create an atmosphere wherein communication becomes formal and rigid. Then it includes hierarchical relationship and lack of cooperation. This hierarchical and relationship and lack of cooperation, if there is a gap in the hierarchical positions, the communication would be affected. So the choice of media, it is going to be, sometimes the message just may require personal communication, and at others may require use of audio video aids. Hence the choice of media has a substantial influence on communication. Then it includes group size. The type of communication to be used depending on the group size. A communicator cannot think of the receiver as a single mass, so that each student is different from the other, and the individual differences have an impact on the communication. Then the barriers which are specific to classroom communications are: there are 12 ways of responding by a teacher, which can be tempered to high risk responses, so that many a time they are more likely to block conversation, the other person's problem solving efficiency, and increase the emotional distance between people. It includes advising. This advising, by giving advice, one tries to solve the other person's problem. Giving advice is like something that insulting the other person intelligence and depend his capacity to understand and cope with his own difficulties, his difficulties, so that the advisor may not be in a position to understand the full implications and complications and factors underlying. So the problem and hence could be solving the visible sufficiated problem only. Then it includes criticizing, diagnosing, diverting, moralizing, and excessive inappropriate questioning. Then some of the problems in communications are relating to transmission of message. It includes strong handling of the channel. If the channels selected for communication are not handled effectively, so that their potential for carrying the message will be dissipated. The wrong selection of channels. If the channel is selected is not in accordance with the objective or subject, the interpretation will not be in a desired way. So the use of inadequate channels in parallel for the message to have got through and received properly. Use of more than one channel in parallel or at about the same time is must and should, and it is essential. Then the physical distraction. This physical distraction, it is going to failure to avoid physical distraction often obstructs successful in sending of the message. Then we will learn about methods to overcome barriers to communication. First one, it includes to overcome physical barriers. To overcome physical barriers, we have to do these things. The environment should be conducive to the communication. Provision for proper setting arrangement should be made. The one should ensure proper audibility and visibility. Then one should take appropriate measures for reduction or removal of noise causing factors. Proper attention must be paid to keep the receivers in comfort. Then it include to overcome language barriers, the sender must use simple language and reduce verbalism. The new graphic symbols used must be explained. To reduce dependence on spoken words, visual aids must be put into use. The one should obtain feedback as frequently as possible. The prepare handouts or recommended books and use written communication whenever required. Then to overcome physiological barriers, we must have an effort to motivate, sustain interest, and provide rewarding experiences must be made. Then guidance and counseling to remove prejudice and it feelings must be undertaken. One must provide assistance, show sympathy, and deal patiently. To increase perception, audio video aids can be used. Then, to overcome background barriers, one must assess the learner's background. The communicator must keep in tone with the latest trend and they too adjust with the younger generation. Then to overcome organizational barriers, the efforts are must be made to develop the healthy conductive atmosphere. So among the communicators and between the communication or communicator and receiver. Depending on the group size, appropriate media needs to be employed to reach out of all. So in this we can remember these all points. The communication is a two-way process. It includes sender and receiver. Then effective communication is bridging the gap between encoded and coded messages is going to be establishing the common understanding. Responsibility of effective communication mainly lies with the communicator. The feedback which is given by the receiver is an important written message. Ensure getting and using the effectively for better performance. Note the roadblocks. This will help you to handle the communication process in an effective way. Use heart and mind and soul for an effective result. The communication is a skill, learn and practice. Then here I am going to conclude my topic of barriers of communication and their management. The communication may break down as a result of many communication barriers that they may be attributed to the sender or receiver. Therefore, the effective communication it requires familiarity with the barriers. Choosing the right channel for communication is also important because choosing the wrong medium undermines the message. So, in order to conclude on my topic, process of communication, it includes certain steps to convey the message from sender to receiver. The message should be conveyed to the receiver to complete the communication process and it should be understood by the receiver. So, the communication is all pervading and an omnipresent aspect of living beings. So, it can be said that communication is the only saving grace of person. There are many barriers to communication and these may occur at any stage in the communication process. So, the barriers may lead to your message becoming distorted effective communication. So, it involves overcoming these barriers and conveying a clear and concise message. The skills of active listening, clarification, and reflection may help, but the skilled communicator also needs to be aware of barriers to effective communication and how to avoid and overcome with them. So, to sum up, to become an effective communicator, make effective use of your heart, body, mind, and soul. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Anil Gungrol sir for guiding me, and thank you to our beloved principal Dr. Elsie Mullali sir, and thank you to all my teaching and non-teaching staffs, and thank you to all my family members and friends. Thank you, everyone.